A gnome is a mythological creature thought to provide protection, especially of buried treasure and minerals found in the ground. Nowadays, their figurines are used to watch over crops and livestock, often tucked into the rafters of a barn or placed in the garden. They are also thought to be a symbol of good luck. The folklore of a chthonic or earth-dwelling spirit predates the use of the word gnome and is found in numerous ancient and medieval mythologies. These creatures are similar in that they are often small and guard mines and precious underground treasures, much like the Germanic dwarfs and the Greek Calbes, Telkins, and Dactyls. Paracelsus called the creature Gnomus, in Renaissance Latin, possibly deriving from the Latin gnomus, meaning earth dweller. He described them as 2 spans high, very reluctant to interact with humans, and able to move through solid earth, as easily as a fish moves through water. One 17th century French author described gnomes and fairies as a people of small stature, the guardians of treasures, of mines, and of precious stones. They are ingenious, friends of men, and easy to be commanded. They furnish the children of the sages with as much money as they have need of, and never ask for any other reward of their services than the glory of being commanded. Alexander Pope is the first to use the English word gnome in his book The Rape of Loch in 1712. The creatures in his book are small celestial creatures which were prudish women in their past lives and now spend all of eternity looking out for prudish women, just like a guardian angel. Other uses of the term gnome remain obscure until the early 19th century, when it is taken up by authors of the Romantic era in collections of fairy tales, becoming synonymous with the word goblin. In 19th century fiction, the chthonic gnome became a sort of antithesis to the more airy or luminous fairy. By the 20th century, the term gnome became largely synonymous with other terms for little people, losing its strict association with the earth or the underground world. The first known garden gnomes were produced in Germany in the early 1800s, and were made out of clay. They first appeared in gardens in England in the 1840s, and from there their popularity began to take off. Gnomes generally were not described thoroughly in stories, but garden gnomes produced since World War II have had the same general look, usually with a long white beard, a red hat, and simple clothes, following the style of Disney's The Seven Dwarfs. The origin of their iconic red hat is not exactly known. Some sources believe the hat is based off a Phrygian cap, while others say the red hats were stuffed with wadding to protect the gnomes from falling rocks. The female gnomes tend to have long hair, the same hat and a simple dress, and look somewhat like witches. These days, gnomes can be found in all sorts of different costumes and configurations, adding to the distaste felt by many who don't like these creatures.